John Kavakis, and this is my take. Today I'm going to talk to you about Goldvarg's 1959 Ford station wagons. There were three of them here. I've got all three of them. But let's talk about 1959. You know, in the late 50s, the American dream was alive and well. It was thriving. America was riding the crest of a wave of prosperity. Car designs were just going, the trajectories were amazing. They were getting larger and larger and more ornate. And this was no more evident than in Ford's showrooms in 1959. Now, they had an all-new design in 1959. And I realized, it's a little polarizing. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But I think that can be said of virtually all the cars that came out in 1958, 1959, and 1960. Either you loved them or you hated them. I liked the Ford designs. I'm not the only one that liked the Ford designs because in 1959 at the Brussels World Fair, Ford won the award for design excellence. So somebody else thought they were pretty good looking too. I thought it was a more refined style than what we had seen in 57 and 58. Some thought it had some classy touches. It got that beautiful grille, had the jet rocket exhaust taillights were all the rage back then. Beautiful two-tones, and I think one of the nicest hardtops, kind of going along with the Thunderbird in the type of roof treatment. One of the nicest hardtops to me in the entire industry. So sitting at the top of the heap was one of the most spectacular cars that anybody had produced in the United States ever, was a retractable. So 57, 58, 59. I think the 59 design was really the best of the three. But this was an engineering marvel. You could draw a crowd just by putting the roof down. Well, right there next to it, though, was the top of the line Ford Country Squire, the station wagon. Now, that it had the wood trim, it had all of the bling on it and everything. And of course, by now, the wood trim had become a plastic applique, beautiful looking, simulated real wood in a really nice fashion, had fiberglass frames around it, and it all looked very natural. But you could option this wagon out with all of the options Ford had. You could 9 seating, the seating for 9 people, had that facing rear seat, the tailgate, the window went up and down. It was whiz bam, all this really neat stuff, and it was a top of the line offering. And so it distinguished Ford by really putting an emphasis on wagons. Everybody was moving along in that direction. America was on wheels, families were getting larger, wagons were becoming trendy, and Ford was right there leading the whole pack. So Goldvarg has offered us this wagon in 3 different versions. We've got the Country Squire in rose, we have the Country Squire in green, and then we have a Maryland Fire Department. It was the Fruitland, Maryland Fire Department livery. Sergio loves these service vehicles, and he does a great job with them. I've got all 3 of them. We're going to come out of the boxes, and we're going to put them on the turntable and give you a close look at them. We'll take a look at this fire car first. You can see it's the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Company Fire Chief's car from Fruitland, Maryland. And where Sergio does such a fantastic job on these service vehicles is in the lensing, the little lights on the roof, the horn, the siren. And so those are all picked out really well. But I want you to look at the trim and the details on this. The side chrome spears, the little touches on top, the fender caps and everything really make this model pop. The white wall tires are a nice touch and appropriate for a Chief's car. The details on this are just really well done. Take a look at that license plate in the back. Dedicated to this particular car at this particular time. Nice touch. The grille is very nicely textured. Great lensing. Great detail on the siren, on the light. On the interior detail, you can see the seats are nicely textured. The Country Squire version is where all this detail comes to bear. You can see there's a great job on the simulated wood grain on the side, the surround with the rivets in it, period correct white walls, nice wheel covers. There's that grille again, nicely textured, great lensing. Look at the Ford badge in the front. That's really well rendered. And the surrounds around the windshield and the side windows are well done. Here's a look at the interior. You can see the side panels, the door panels are really well done. A lot of jewelry on them. Great looking seats. Nicely rendered dash. And that steering wheel, those giant steering wheels from the 50s were just amazing how big they were. Here's a look at the interior from the driver's side. You can see the steering wheel is accurately depicted. The seats, it just done a really nice job on the seats. They look realistic, but I want you to look at that wood grain on the side and the detail on that. Beautifully done. The rear of the car is well rendered. It's got that look, that feel that the 59 Fords had. I love those tail lights. They do look like jet thrusters, but all the detail in there really brings the car to life. So there they are. There are three beautiful models. Okay, now here's the good news on these. The Country Squires are selling for $109. Now, I've talked before about Sergio holding the prices. He's done a beautiful job of keeping the prices down. Maybe to his own detriment, I don't know, but the prices are low. He's absorbed all of the tariffs and that sort of thing. The one from the Maryland Fire Department is only $99. That's an incredible buy with incredible detail on a nice model. So, you can get them. Toy Car Geek has them. Legacy Diecast has them. You can order them directly from Sergio's site. I'll give you the address here if you want to deal directly with him. Of course, that's all plus shipping. And I think we owe Sergio a debt of gratitude of keeping these things affordable. So thank you, Sergio. We appreciate it. You're a friend of the hobby. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. If you liked the video, do me a favor. Give me a like down there in the right-hand corner. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I've got a lot more videos coming. I look forward to spending time with you again real soon.